development program, yeah.
Na number one.
Na number one for Nigeria.
Na number one.
Housing development program, yeah.
Na number one.
For estate developers, yeah.
Na number one.
The place to showcase what you've got here.
Na number one.
Encyclopedia on housing matter.
Na number one.
Housing development program, yeah.
Na number one.
Housing development program, yeah.
Na number one.
Na number one for Nigeria.
Na number one.
Ogbonge program, yeah.
Na number one.
Housing development program, yeah.
Hello, this is Housing Development, your favorite housing program that brings to your doorstep trending housing news in Nigeria. I'm so happy to be with you to bring another informative and educative episode of the program. Where are you right now? Home, office, wherever you are, don't get too busy because it is time to discuss housing. Because as you well know, housing is paramount to human existence. One most important need for you apart from food and clothing is housing. This program can't be complete without you, so stay tuned. I am Flora Anne, your host. I'll be right back.
Housing Development Program is the only program that gives you the best information on housing. Are you an estate developer, home interior stakeholder, distributor or manufacturer of building materials, furniture company? Housing Development Program is the right platform to showcase what you've got. Housing Development Program is an encyclopedia on housing matters.
Na number one.
Welcome back. Finding a suitable accommodation to live can be exciting as well as frustrating at the same time. To rent a house or an office space in Nigeria, you have to pay a year's rent plus agency fee, which oftentimes is 10% of the rent paid. How do some Nigerians feel about this agency fee? Let's get to know on Housing Matters today.
Agency fee should not be an issue. Where the government should come in to see how they can regulate the rents, because it's the volume that determines the percentage that will be charged. For instance, imagine you're paying 750,000 for a room and a parlor in somewhere in Metama, and you're asked to pay 75,000 naira agency fee. A room and a parlor can give you a duplex somewhere else in Abuja. It can even give you a 3-bedroom somewhere in Abuja. So those are the issues. It's not about the service, because the service is what they are giving you. The agent goes on the feed to source. It's part of their marketing, so you have to pay him.
Well, even the Bible enjoyed us to do what to pay the laborer for his work. I got on point. So if it's his work, according to what I've just said, well, I know there are some people that I mean, that's their profession. That's what they do. Now, if I consult any of them and they go out there to do the work for me successfully, I think there is no need to start arguing on that one. I should pay for his work.
Well, it's to get a house, for example, today in Abuja is a very difficult task. Most of the tenants are workers engaged somewhere, and you need somebody to rally around to get a house of your choice. And in doing that, my people said, where you work, you should eat. We should encourage those who have no job to start doing something. If somebody is honest and run around to get you a house of your own, that person should be compensated. But what I'm saying is, it shouldn't be an open check.
Well, for me, agency fee is a fee charged by agents who are supposed to canvass for tenants, for landlords. And I know that quite a lot of people are victims of this payment. For me, agency fee is not okay. I would say it's not okay. Because the amount they charge, for example, is outrageous. Where a tenant, for example, wants to get an accommodation or an apartment from a supposed landlord, rather than these agents allowing the supposed tenant to go directly to the landlord, they become the middle person. And every day they charge you for this, they charge you for that, they charge you for this, they charge you for that, before they now finally give you the house and put a fee on the rent you are supposed to pay and call it agency fee. For me, it's not all right. The government, I know, has a responsibility towards the governed, okay? First and foremost, I know it's not easy for government to provide houses for all the citizens of this country called Nigeria. But government can do something. Bring together, if there's an association of agents or landlords and things like that, they should be able to have somebody who can speak to them on the need for them to bring down their charges, if not eradicate it wholly, bring down their charges so that, you know, people who are not too self-sufficient can at least own an apartment that is commensurate with their earnings. So government can step in and stem the tide of these exorbitant charges and things like that.
There's no big deal in paying agency fee, but the only thing is the agency fee is supposed to be incorporated with the rent fee. Landlord should settle the agent because it's the landlord that sent the agent to market the house, not the tenant. Basically, I won't say there should not be agency fee because some people being an agent, they take it as a part of they take it as their own work. That this is what they do for a living. So eventually, at least to stop a criminal and all these things, you can encourage them by doing it. But the sum should be minimum, maybe 5% sum of the total rent.
My name is Reverend Ugochukwu Chime, the president of Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria. I endorse this program, housing program on TV. I'd like to ask you to keep on watching it. It is informative, educative, and inspiring.
If you've just tuned in, the program is Housing Development, brought to you by First Adep Communications. Well, are you looking to buy a house in Abuja? I can tell you that work is still in progress at Rock City Housing Estate. Housing Development crew visited the site to speak with the project manager. Let's hear what he's got for us.
Our activities on the Rock City project is moving on well. We've made tremendous progress. On site, we have construction activities in full gear. Currently, we started the construction of the first stage of the first phase. The first phase is 3,000 units, and stage 1 of it is 1,000 units, made up of 2-bedroom flats, 3-bedroom flats, and apartment blocks. We also have duplexes, semi-detached terraces, and fully detached duplexes. So construction is ongoing. We've been on site for about 8 weeks, and for some of the buildings, we're about doing the first decking, or what we call the slab for the first decking. We've done everything about setting out, we've done the trenches, we've done the substructure, we've done our DPC, we've raised it to the interior level, and we're now doing the deck for the first floor. Okay, in terms of quality, remember that in our last interaction we emphasized on quality. We know that Abuja FCDA is very strict on compliance to relevant building codes and standards, and we are not in any way letting our guards down. All our contractors have qualified, current certified engineers. It's a point of duty for us to ensure that we not only have their CVs but their current number for verification. We have limited number of cement that you mix with a particular mix to get block, and we are maintaining it. We are doing between 40 and 45 blocks per bag of cement, and we have ensured that no block is brought from outside where we don't have super oversights. All the blocks that are used on site will have oversight. The same thing with construction activity going on, the mix, concrete mix, everything. We put our eye on it. You know, we've told you that we have an opportunity to create a decent environment, create employment for professionals, create employment for people, and the project is doing that. We have in our development, a lot of engineers, quantity surveyors, civil, structural, electrical engineers, and even other technicians who are giving them support. They are there on site working with us. So, and our people are providing supervision, and we're working hand in hand with the relevant development control authorities, who are also not just providing oversight, but are also offering advice, and we're taking their advice. We are building for Nigerian workers. Nigerian workers in public civil service, Nigerian workers in financial institutions, in the oil industry, in construction, in hospitality, across the board. Nigerian workers deserve to have to live in decent environments comparable to what you have anywhere, any neighborhood in the world. Internally, there will be well-paved roads with good drainage for stormwater, drainage that will channel all manner of water wastes that will have the underground waste management for that as the standard in FCT. We also have the water solution that will be provided right there for people, just like you have within the city, because our development is at the heart of the phase 4 FCT, so it will have the same standard. It's not a satellite town, it's at the center of the city, because it is in between the city gate and the centenary city, just next to the centenary city, that is currently being developed. In terms of power infrastructure, we are finalizing discussions with power solution companies to provide 24/7 power solution all year round. Waste management, waste handling, maintenance, and all the kind of infrastructure support you can think of. It's already designed and approved by the city authorities, and we are beginning the execution. So we are at the very primary stage of our development, but we're fast tracking things. Each cluster or stage we develop will be able to sustain itself with the infrastructure that will be put there.
Yes, you've heard it all from the project manager of Rock City Housing Estate. This estate, I can tell you, is going to be like no other when it is completed. Good road network, sophisticated facilities. What are you waiting for? Don't be left out of this once in a lifetime opportunity. Just call those numbers now. Let's go for a short break. I'll be back.
Rock of Ages Properties Limited is developing unique and affordable 100,000 housing units through United Workers Housing Scheme in collaboration with Trade Union Congress across all the 36 states of the Federation, starting from the Federal Capital Territory. The project has commenced with 10,000 housing units in Rock City Airport Road and Rock City Day. The housing types include 2 and 3 bedroom apartments in a block, 2 and 3 terrace bungalow, 3 and 4 bedroom terrace duplex, 4 bedroom semi-detached duplex, 4 bedroom detached duplex, and 5 bedroom fully detached duplex, built with state-of-the-art facilities, centralized water supply system, tarred roads, walkways and drainages, round-the-clock power supply, ample parking spaces, street lights, mega shopping mall with multifunctional facilities, recreational facilities, and lots more. Payment for subscribers is spread over a period of 20 years. For inquiries or application process, please visit www.roaproperties.com or call 0802-633-3633, 0802-035-0170 or 0805-584-1099. Rock City, building affordable homes across Nigerian cities.
This is Housing Development, the only TV program that gives you the best information on housing in Nigeria. Shelter is a basic necessity of life, and this has definitely increased the desire of most individuals to own their own private homes. This development has made many fall prey to fraudsters. Many individuals that invested in landed properties have ended up telling sorry stories of how they were either defrauded of their properties or the property sold off to another buyer before they could even start building on the land or living in the house. Now listen up. Are you thinking of investing in properties? Today's housing tips is for you.
Understand the nature of the property. Investors want to get best value for their money, and this often translates to the best return on their investment. With this in mind, you want to evaluate the potential growth on investment in a particular area before you throw your hard-earned money at it. Why get less when you can get more? Choose your investment location wisely. Research who is selling. Always keep the following questions in mind. Who is the owner of the property? Who is selling the property? Is it the owner, the owner's wife, son, daughter, or someone else? Whose name appears in the documents? Is it the current owner or the previous owner? What liabilities currently exist on this property? Verify the true owner. Before you buy a plot of land or a completed building, be sure to conduct what is called a search on the property. This is the process of verifying from the state government if the property in question is within government-acquired properties or not, and whether there are any pending litigations or other issues on the property. Make payments and collect the right documentation. Pay the property amount to the property owner, then collect the A. Purchase receipt, B. Contract of sales, C. Building plan, D. Originals of other relevant documents in possession of the previous owner. File the documentation of your new purchase with the state government. It is important to do this step because it legally makes you the new owner in the eyes of the law. If the property already has a CFO, that is, the certificate of occupancy, you've got the government's consent on it, which is great. If it does not, then you start processing your CFO as soon as possible.
Yes, it is important to follow the right steps before throwing your hard-earned money into the mud. Do a thorough research to know who is selling the property. If you find out the property is genuine and real, then don't forget to do proper documentation. It is for your own good. You can only get this kind of juicy information on housing development. Stay tuned.
Housing Development Program is the only program that gives you the best information on housing. Are you an estate developer, home interior stakeholder, distributor or manufacturer of building materials, furniture company? Housing Development Program is the right platform to showcase what you've got. Housing Development Program is an encyclopedia on housing matters.
The number one.
This is Housing Development, brought to you by First Adab Communications. Buying land pays because it's one of the couple of assets that goes up in worth over years. The value of land keeps appreciating over time. Why do I say this? Urban Shelter Limited, a leading name in the real estate sector, have for sale lands for sites and services. You know, experts will always give you the advice that you should always purchase land from a known and respected developer. Urban Shelter, they are the developers of Brick City, Amino Court, the Prominent Estate, just to mention but a few. Isn't that amazing? So if you've been dreaming of buying a land, that dream can become a reality because there are still service plots of land for sale at Urban Shelter sites. Don't hesitate. Now is the right time. All you have to do is call Urban Shelter's numbers now.
My name is Town Planner Barnabas Atiai, and I want to urge all Nigerians to please keep on watching Housing Development Program as it's always been built.
If you've just tuned in, the program is Housing Development. There were so many exhibitors present at the just concluded 9th Abuja Housing Show. And you know I promise to bring each of these exhibitors to your doorstep every week. A promise made must be fulfilled. Yes, the 9th Abuja Housing Show exhibitors. Stay tuned.
We produce block making machines. Basically, our block making machines, what they do, they produce the bricks, what we call the interlocking bricks. The technology is more like a Lego concept. The bricks are interlocked. You don't need mortar to build with them. We manufacture the machines and we develop estate as well. We sell blocks, all the same. This is called the M9 compact machine. It's an electric machine. It's the smallest of what we have. It does an average of 500 blocks per day. It's to work. And as you can see, it comes with an electric motor as well. We have the diesel parts. The bigger machines does an average of 1,500 blocks per day, per 8-hour shifts. Wow. Well, they produce the conduit blocks as well, the capping blocks, the 140 mm and the 180 mm blocks as well for construction.
OFL marble and granite is a Nigerian product. Raw materials, testing, everything is done here. And this is the manufacturing company. OFL marble and granite gets their products from Fujian Stones. Fujian Stones is the manufacturer for OFL. OFL marble and granite is the sales, is a marketing company for Fujian. Yes, everything is Nigeria. Raw materials, processing, everything is done here. This is gotten from Karu along Kefi Road before you get to Kefi in Nasarawa State. And this product is gotten from Ajaokuta in Kogi State. So we name them like from where we get them from. The first one is Karu, so we call it Karu Grey. Well, this one is Red River. If you see outside the ICC, this is what is used there on the floor there. We call this one Red River.
Sunflex Blind is an indigenous window blind company in Nigeria that manufacture and supply and also install window blinds. We have the motorized blinds, we have the normal manual operated blinds. They are adaptable for homes, offices as well. And we have the Venetian blinds, which are aluminum made, okay? And they are more of water resistant. You can use them in water friendly environment, probably your bathrooms, your kitchen, and other areas where you can water might interface with the blind. This is more suitable for such situations. And also we move on to the Roman shade blinds. These are Roman bamboo. This is a Roman woven blind. It's more of a real wooden blind compared to the natural wooden blind you have here. And this is the Roman bamboo. I'm sure from the Chinese bamboo, this is the Roman bamboo. And also you can use them in study areas, in restaurants, in kitchen. They are about more suitable in those areas.
My name is Harry. We have metal bending machines, so you don't need any electrical power and no heat required for this kind of machines. Yeah, we come directly from Germany, and you can buy the machines here on the spot. The electrical power and no heat required. So this is the small machine, but over there we have a big machine for very heavy duty work too. Now first of all, we cut the bars to the right length. Now, we have to shape them. So with this scroll bender, we just have to lock the bar and bend the scroll to reach a mark, like this. And if we do that twice, you will see the result will be perfect for mass production. That means now I bend to the same position, and the result will be perfect identical scrolls, you see? So now you can start mass. These are the basic things for the machine. Yeah, you have much more opportunities. So you see here some examples. You can do any design you want to.
We basically man the city development, you know, like developers are all over the place. People get their properties, both corporate and individual. And before you start your development, it is expected that you get a permit, official permit, building plan approval. And this is where you come to get that. You have your drawings and ensure that even your title is authentic before even coming. So there are a lot of requirements you need to come along with. And in that case, the processing is done. You know, the building plans are assessed, the architectural, the structural, the electrical and mechanical drawings, and some other requirements. And when these are assessed and meet minimum standards, minimum building standards, you know, in line with the professional standards that have been laid down by the professional bodies, we grant you approval.
Those unique products and services can be yours. It doesn't matter if Abuja Housing Show has ended. All you have to do to get those products at your doorstep is to call the numbers below.
Housing Development Program, your usual encyclopedia on housing matters.
Thanks for keeping a date with me. Don't forget you can listen to the radio version of this program every Fridays on Ray Power 100.5 FM. You can also like our Facebook page, Housing Development Program, or follow us on our Twitter handle at Abuja Housing Show. Join me next week. Think positive and believe in Nigeria. Bye-bye.
Housing Development Program, yeah.